Hi everyone, and welcome to a brand new stream for Crusader Kings. I'm Rod, community manager for Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis, and today with me I have...
My name is Milla, and I work as a content designer on CK2 and have for 2.5 years. Yeah, my hope is that I'm going to be able to teach Rod to mod a little.
Yes, I'm a very big noob with modding. I never did it in my life. I'm a bit stressed about the situation. I'm curious of where we're going to end up with that. So it's going to be a very basic stream because I'm such a noob with modding, obviously. So we're going to go and try to create a small chain of events, right?
Yes.
And the focus of this chain of event will be a cat.
Well, basically, you also want to point out, you said the stream is going to be basic. The scripting is going to be basic. This is a great stream.
That's good.
Just got to be careful what you say there. And when we decided to do this, I asked Rod what events he likes in CK2. And it turns out that the cat events have clearly made an impression on you.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I want to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
And do you want to say something about mods in general, or good mods you like?
I think one of my favorite definitely is HIP. This mod is really, really crazy and very, very dense and really enhanced the experience of Crusader King as a whole.
That's the historical immersion project.
Exactly.
Yes.
The cool thing with mods is it allows you to change and tweak the game as you see fit, and then you can share it with a whole community that can try it and enjoy what you've done on it. And this is something that we've been pushing on since the beginning of Crusader King, right? Having mods that allow you to tweak the game here and there. So there's a lot of cool mods out there. There's some we can't discuss because there's an IP on them. Some of them are my favorites, unfortunately. But yeah, we also have a wiki on how to mod, a beginner guide of sorts that we have on our wiki on Crusader Kings. Could we bring that up on the screen?
Yeah, we can actually do that. I think it's just straight up called event modding, and it shows you a bunch of useful things. I think this is how I started to... Yeah, this is maybe a little information overload for you right now.
Yeah, this is like GF. Oh my god, so many strings, so much script.
There's basically a lot you can do.
Yeah.
And we're gonna not do all of them.
So,
but yeah.
What's the first step, Milla, in creating a mod? Like the first thing you have to do, aside from having a good idea, obviously.
Well, actually, I kind of recommend... Ideas come all the time. Everyone has ideas. We don't need great ideas from when we start out. We'll get those eventually.
So you mean the cat idea isn't?
The cat idea is a great idea. Cute. It's gonna be a good one.
Okay.
So if you have your Steam thing open, you go into properties and you browse local files.
Cool.
And that's where you're gonna get all the info. Like from here is where you can copy paste files if you need them. We're not going to do that right now, but that's where you find things so that you then can go into your local files on your documents and Paradox Interactive, Crusader Kings, and here we have a lot of files, folders.
And which file should I go for?
We need to make a folder called mod, which we already had on this computer. Which I think is, I discovered there are a bunch of mods in here, and it's very important that you name your mod. Yeah, I prepped a little bit.
It's you cheated a bit.
But it's very important that you name it .mod, so you have to be able to see your file extensions.
Okay.
Which is the reason everyone has written mod.mod.mod, I think. Okay,
to be sure that it pops up. And
yes.
This is what makes it pop in the launcher, right?
Yes, in the launcher, exactly. You need this file in combination with a folder containing your stuff, which I put here. And I prepped a little thing. Like, I'm not sure exactly what I made so far. I was just testing out the stuff.
All right.
It's been a while since I modded too. I want to point that out. So we're probably going to have some fun rookie mistakes from my part too.
That's cool. It's fine. It's completely fine.
What are we?
The mic is a bit too close for you.
Too close for me?
There we
go. Thanks, Alex.
Our dear overlord helping us get nailing the stream. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm just checking the chat a little.
Yeah, I'm just checking the chat. It is not Holy Fury.
But yeah, I want to point out that this this .mod thing here is actually this file is all it contains. It's a name and an archive.
All right.
So not a lot goes in there, and you can basically make this as a text file and then just change the name of the file extension.
So you don't need the application that you're using right now. Like Sublime is
is just a text editor that I prefer. You can use Notepad++, which is a great free alternative. You could even use regular Notepad if you wanted to. That sounds very hardcore, actually.
Right.
But yeah, so to make this from the complete get-go, we can actually do that once more again, and we just say Milla's mod.
So Spambuka87, we're gonna use Sublime as a text app in order to nail down the code.
And that's also sort of a difference. Like actually, we have people starting here who think that what I do is coding, and we call it scripting. There's like a little difference. It looks very technical, but basically, this is I was gonna say a magic language, but this is a programming language that only exists in-house. So it's not programming in, say, C# or that. I guess that's also technically scripting. It's not as you can't learn this in a school.
Okay.
You have to know
so no school for modding, guys.
It helps if you know programming. It does. But you're also going to be a little confused if you know programming, because some things aren't as intuitive, or you can't assume stuff. And yes, we do this, and somebody's commenting that it should be .mod, and that is true. But I just wanted to show that you actually can just make it like this and then change the file extension, and that's all you need to do.
Cool.
Like there's no mod magic. It's just
so you can just have the text and rename it, and there you go.
Yeah, and now this is our mod file if we wanted to. But like you saw, I just prepped it. Oh yeah, I missed this part. Very important. You need to show it the directory you're going into.
Okay.
So since we already prepped this one, I'm gonna not use my faulty one. We can delete that one right away.
Cool.
And okay, we set up. I took the liberty of naming it Rod's mod.
It's fine by me. It's super fine.
And yes, that comment, best use of programming background for modding, knowing how to indent your code properly. It's just nicer to read it that way. It's very much a habit thing, but you're gonna, in the future, get annoyed when people don't indent their script properly.
Okay. Indent that.
Yes. Okay. Any other important questions?
Also counting parentheses. So far,
yes.
The stream hasn't many questions. Stream chat, if you want to throw in any questions regarding modding, now's the time if you want.
I will try to answer. Yeah, and then you make a folder for all your stuff.
Okay.
And it has to match the name we gave it. So Rod's mod, this one, archive. It's in the mod file, so a folder needs to go in the Rod's mod folder. And in here, you also make essentially clones of the directory you have found in those other files I showed.
Okay.
So in there you'll find event modifier, you'll find events, you'll find localization. And what we're going to focus on today is events and localization.
Cool.
Basically,
nice.
We're going to make stuff pop in the game. We're going to have them come with text.
Nice. So events.
Awesome. That's the basic of the scripting job.
Okay, so
Paradox.
someone is asking, what is indent?
If you want to prevent plague, okay, you simply remove all indent to frustrate anyone who tries to edit your hard work. I'm not sure exactly what that means.
But what is indent? Just like making little spaces to be sure that you...
Yeah, say you're here and I do this. This is indenting. Okay. So if you were to add a new option here, I would be annoyed if you started here.
Okay, so it's tabbing.
Because I would, yes,
to
it's
right.
tabbing, exactly.
Nice.
Keeping it clear. Yeah.
So
in here, we went into Rod's mod. We go into events because that's where you're going to put your events. So the game reads both the local files and the game itself.
Okay.
I took the liberty of making this Rod's events. We can name it
Perfectly
anything you
fine.
want.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You could say Milla's event. You're the one doing the job here. I'm just learning and jolting down a few notes here and there from time to time.
And I'm reading that people think we're trying to be confusing on purpose. It's not really. It is just actually very confusing.
Yep.
And a lot of this is.
My brain is melting already.
I'm sorry.
I
This
need
is
some
what I
Xanax.
felt
No,
like
it's
when
fine.
I
it's
when I
completely fine.
joined.
So far, I read you.
Okay, we can ignore all this.
Why?
Because I'm gonna go through it slowly.
Okay, cool.
Yes, I did this just for clarity's sake. I like commenting my script a lot, and we also need a namespace, meaning a way for the game to find your work, basically.
Okay.
So when we are in game and we use the console, for instance,
So
to trigger an
basically
event,
everything that will be Rod related, you'll just pop the console and type Rod. And
That-
it should
that-
come up.
yes. Well, I
Rod
know.
1. Oh.
No, I'm sorry. When the game actually reads all the script events, it does this numerically, but for it to be anything that makes sense to a scripter, I can't just find event 1,500,000. That's going to be very confusing.
Yeah, pretty tedious.
Yes, and we need to sort them somehow. So rod.1 is a very much easier to read thing.
Oh, okay.
So,
Sense.
and since I use Sublime, I'm gonna, for instance, be able to use some certain highlight stuff here, and that's nice. Oh yeah, by the way, highlight and syntax highlighting, I noticed maybe on this ad you made for this cool stream, there was a very colorful background.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, that's my own personal plugin that a colleague of mine made, and
Okay.
you don't need that.
But
And I'm gonna do
it
this.
helps you, right?
It helps me because I like color coding in general.
Okay.
And you can probably set that up yourself somehow if you know someone who knows Python. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, there's so much information I
So,
didn't think
character
about.
underscore event.
Character underscore event. We can make a brand. We can make Rod 2, just to be clear. This was a half-assed copy-paste from a cat event that I looked at before this. To make something appear in game, we need to have it look like this.
Okay.
There are character events, and there are multiple types of events, but we're going to focus on the character ones.
Okay.
Just so we don't confuse ourselves.
Alright.
And that means basically that they fire on characters, not on provinces or anything.
Okay, so if it would have been province underscore something else, I guess there's not events for provinces per se. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It means they're gonna fire from the province,
Okay.
or they're supposed to. At least I'm not sure they all do these days. But yeah,
Okay, neat.
character event, and you're gonna need the ID, which in this case would be rod.2.
Okay.
You're gonna want a picture, and they tend to start with GFX EVT. This can be found in other script files or in the game directory itself.
So
If you-
if I were to mod by myself, I just have to go into these directories to find the images and the name and copy paste.
Yes, you'd probably have to go into common GFX, and I'm not sure where we keep all the event pictures. And they might be in a format that is hard to view.
Okay.
But we'll take that next time maybe. I'll
Fine.
prepare something around that, because you're gonna need like XNM view or something to be able to see the pictures in the right format. And the event image that I know by
Someone
heart,
says copy pasta in your scripting. Cheat.
that it is cheat. That was how I got by this first year I worked here. Copy pasting
Really?
is like this to make sure you get the structure right and you don't mess up any brackets anywhere. That was really useful. Like particularly when it's late afternoon and you're tired and you're just hammering out stuff.
Just Control C, Control V.
Just if it's not that important what the structure is, then yeah, why not? It doesn't
Okay.
hurt. Unless you're making something really detailed and fine.
So desk. What do you mean by desk? Description?
Description. That's the text we're going to be reading in game
Okay.
on your event. So we want to give it a lock key, so that we can write it in our localization file.
All right.
So it has something to reference.
Okay, so it's in the localization file that you'll have the text and the description will. It's fine.
Exactly.
Swedish.
Yes. Wow. So many things in my head right now.
It's fine.
Description. Let's name this one Rod text 1. Again, we're doing everything manually. It feels old school.
Okay, that's fine by me.
Yeah, that. Why would you write that in one line?
Character event ID loads.
Yes. Okay, perfect. And we also need a border. I tend to forget this when I write manually because it's so. It's part of a secret. Not secret. A magic little plugin I have that prints events also. We have some extra tools, but they're not that
So the border
fancy.
is the border of the window that will.
Exactly. They're different colors, if you remember.
I do
And
remember.
we try to keep them somewhat categorized so that any events dealing with martial or with war has a red frame rather than a white one. That's diplomacy.
Shiny.
Blue is they're
That's pretty neat.
different ones.
Cool.
I think it's event normal, which means character events in this case. Maybe just EVT or event. We'll see. It will tell me maybe if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Normal, say.
So if it's
War?
wrong, the computer blows up automatically.
I was gonna say I haven't modded in a while, so maybe it doesn't say anything.
Okay.
We'll see. What are they saying?
I find it's best not to use shortcuts while learning
Yes, that's why
Exactly.
I'm going the hard way here.
and writing everything
Everything
down
by
step by
hand.
step. Such a warrior.
Yes. But yeah, I was gonna point out that the picture the only one I know by heart right now is Bad News. That's the one with the face palm.
But that's sad. It's gonna be a happy news, right?
We'll figure out a better picture soon.
Okay.
It's probably one called just Cat, too, if we're going for the cat thing. But yeah, this is what we need up here. And now we get to the actual option, which is just writing option like this. And that one is going to need a name. And here we add another text string.
So I guess that the parentheses that you're popping up are necessary in order for
these things?
for Crusader Kings to understand what you're saying. Or
Yeah,
telling.
exactly. Like this
Yeah,
is it's a clause, and you need that to like define stuff in it.
Okay.
So this one is a character event, has all this stuff defined, and here.
There you go in the options. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
So there are like chunks of it that needs to be clarified, and in here is where we would add effects of any kind. And this little thing means that it's a comment. It doesn't get read by the game. That's just by me.
So that's just for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Or anyone
Secret
looking
notes.
at the script.
Yeah, obviously. Let's see if anyone feels bad, man.
Event normal frame
well.
war is the right one. Event is that not what I wrote?
The CK Wiki has got a good
Oh,
article
frame!
about
Thank
modding,
you,
casting.
Joachim.
Where is Joachim? Where is he
His
hiding?
snow crystal.
How right. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's nice when
Thankfully, we have the devs helping us and watching the stream too.
I used to mentor him. Now he's teaching me.
Ah,
Full circle.
there you go. The student has surpassed the master.
What kind of do you want two options here? Maybe like maybe you want to choose something. I mean that's
Yeah,
a design
sure.
question, I guess. But we can come up with exactly what later.
That's cool.
So we have this, and then basically all we need to have this popping game would be to add something in here, which I already again prepared. And
Okay.
this is also found in the Rod's mod in here.
And localization.
Localization with the S. Our games have our games are supposed to be written in American English,
Yep.
but somehow it's varies a little under the hood. Which is
Okay. So there's an S because there's an S.
yes.
Okay.
Just
fine.
make sure you copy paste that correctly.
So that's a CSV file.
The CSV, yes, that's it reads cells in a sheet really, but you can also write them like this. And what we do that for is for translation purposes, so that, for
All right.
instance, Yeah, the first part here is in English, and in here it would be in French or whatever. I don't actually write or know French at all.
But you were about to rent my dog.
Okay, so good. In the files there is what? I don't understand.
Book. I don't get it. Do you
Files
get
that are
it?
broken.
No.
Maybe. Yeah, there are definitely
Maybe.
broken files here and there. We tend to comment stuff out though if it breaks.
13 semicolons after the desk.
Yeah.
Is it like it always needs to be 13 colons?
Yes, that's
Sarah.
that's Sarah, our localization manager. She's very good. Yes. When we
okay.
forget that, stuff breaks and it's hard to.
Also, if you forget one, it doesn't work. Okay.
I think it works if you have more than 13, but at least 13. And here we have the text. Yes. What's the story you want to tell her, man?
What if a character finds a cat? Has a cat.
A character has a cat.
And the cat magically transforms into a human.
Yes. we can do this.
Okay.
It's gonna be step by step,
Yeah, step by step.
but yes.
Little by little, and then we can go into more goofy stuff.
Yes.
Even more so. Like the cat is actually a spawn of Satan. That could be fun.
Yes.
Or is that more advanced
Well,
scripting?
depends what you. Do they have to be the spawn of Satan, or can they be any like a new spawn of Satan?
A new spawn of Satan. You're not forced to do the whole spawn of Satan chain of events. Neko paramod, exactly. It's gonna be a Neko mod.
I don't know what that means.
Neko means cat in Japanese.
Of course, yes. Let's do that.
Neko suki desu yo, or something like that. I'm not sure about my Japanese. It all went down the drain.
I'm not gonna try.
That's fine. Let's keep it in English for now.
We also need the option text, which is why I just copy pasted this stuff. And
We are not going into anime mod, by the way. We're just talking about a cat transforming into human. We're staying far away
that is
from
a perfectly reasonable idea. They don't have patents on cats.
I mean, we could ask Daniel Moore to do some assets in anime, like a cat transforming into human. That could be fun. Oh well.
And here I'm just commenting because that's good for readability's sake.
Okay.
And yeah, I kind of want to try this in game just to make sure it's working because
So you want to check if the event will pop?
yeah, if
That's
it'll pop at all because
Even though there's no text or anything.
well, there was text. There was like 2 lines or something.
Okay.
And we make sure that the mod is enabled. Yes, we have a bunch of other mods here.
Why
Yeah.
not?
And I made a save before, so that should work.
You came prepared. Good.
A little.
So how often should you check while you're scripting for your mod? Like every 10 seconds as soon as you roll a
No.
line, or?
I mean, it's a matter of habit too, and also depending on what you're making. Like if I was making something like this, I probably would test it a few times. Well, but it would. I mean, if I'm setting up a really complex system, I need to reboot the game constantly to make sure. Is China invading at all now? Is it broken?
Okay.
What is it picking as
this
its
is
target?
big stuff. You need to check all the time.
You should check more often than people do, probably.
Okay. So perhaps once you've done an options or 2 options, then you check it.
I mean, if you
sure
haven't
it works.
added anything to the options, then it's fine.
Okay.
I would say. But as a beginner, like if you're not sure you're using the right amount of brackets or anything, like maybe.
And you're forced to restart the game each time.
Yes.
So it's not something like you can just have the game open and just regularly check the code.
No.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, here we are, guy. And now we open the console with the top left key there.
Yeah, that's
And-
how I cheat and get more gold.
Exactly. You already know this. And now we should write Rod 2 and it should pop an event. A character has a cat. The character is magic.
Okay.
And there was the right picture and everything.
And option A, option B. That's so cool. This is so neat. I'm gonna start doing weird mods soon after the stream.
I'm happy.
Oh yes, by the way, the mod will be available on Steam once we're done.
Oh yeah. Well, after
Yes.
today.
No, not today.
It's
Well,
not
once
done after
once
today.
everything is done and we got the whole chain of events, and hopefully we don't destroy the world with it. Hopefully.
No.
Nah.
One of my first in-house script errors I made was actually something that crashed the game. And script shouldn't be able to crash the game, so that's always sort of an achievement when it happens. I ended up killing all the kids in the world. Did I tell you that?
No.
In case you're wondering why your court physician sometimes murders
Okay.
your children, that's
Fine.
why. Okay.
Why killing the kids?
Because there's a very
That-
big
that
difference
was the
between any
mistake,
child.
or was it on
and-
purpose, or
No,
was
it
it
was not on purpose. It was supposed to kill one
Okay.
kid. They killed.
Still though, killing
Yeah.
kids.
So maybe
Oh,
we
well.
will give you a cat.
I guess it's your regular playthrough of CK.
Almost. What is happening?
No, there won't be anime cat. Jesus,
No,
it's
stop lying.
it's
We're a very sophisticated stream.
it's just a cat turning into a human.
Maybe it's yeah, exactly. And we should. then-
Satanic anime cat girl. Well, there you go. That's
well,
an
you-
idea
you're
to
certainly
expand
building
later
your
on.
brand, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
And I guess you could also say, I don't want the cat, because
Oh.
we want to give our players choices.
Yes.
And yeah, I guess you don't maybe need more than that in this instance.
I have a third option where the kite can be appointed chancellor. Just saying.
Maybe we do that in the next event.
Yeah. Hashtag reap glitterhoof. Who likes that horse anyway?
But so now, you're gonna get the cat modifier as well.
All right.
Do you want it to have the regular cat events as well? Because if so, we can queue them up here.
Yeah, I think that would be neat.
Yeah. So
Yeah, having the regular event, and then this one could be really cool.
let's see. Then we could probably actually. I could probably make it the effect.
Add cat effect.
Because this one
Yay.
is something we added during Reaper's Stew when we realized we were adding a bunch of cats, and we kind of wanted to not have to print out that you need to send an event in 5 years about this maybe. But basically what this does is it fetches a scripted effect,
Okay.
which is in a separate file. I can show you that maybe if we go on the
and drag it there.
here. I can go drag this one out here.
So yeah, we have a hidden screen with just a few notes in case we get lost.
Yes. And in here,
That's a lot of lines.
this is ignore this part. It's this part that's the important one.
So when you added the cat effect, it will fetch this information
stuff.
right there. Okay.
Yes. And this one is a limit,
All right.
which if you've ever programmed, you recognize ifs. But we write if and then limit, and if you do not have this modifier,
Yeah.
add this modifier. So it won't do this unless
Okay. So
If you already
unless,
have the cat, it
so
will
if
ignore
you have
it.
already the cat, this thing won't pop.
Yeah.
But if you don't have it, then it will pop. Okay.
where did I?
So
Oh,
this
yes.
is conditions. The if. All right.
Yes.
Roger that.
I lost the chat. Sorry. There you have it. And as you can see, then it in a hidden tooltip. That means a hidden effect. Basically, we have added an alias recently, or the past 2 years, so that we can actually write hidden effect instead of hidden tools, because I think this is a little vague what it does.
All right.
But secretly, then it sends a character event.
Ooh.
So if you run this in an option, for instance, it will send the event with this ID in 3,000 days with a random of 2,000 days, and that
Okay.
means your cat is gonna die.
But I don't want the cat to die.
All things die. But if you're lucky,
I guess. But that's sad.
I'm sorry, this is a harsh truth. And
Yeah. Anyway.
anyway, if you then fulfill that whatever triggers in this event, I assume it's you have a cat and a dog at the same time. this has a chance of firing.
Ooh.
And I think
And
that
then you will
that's-
have the event where you have to choose between the cat or the dog.
I think that's the event you remember, yeah.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever gotten it myself, but Matilda had a lot of fun making it, and I'm told it's fun.
It's cool.
So we're gonna use that actually,
Okay.
because this doesn't really affect us within until later anyway, since that is in the game. Yeah, that's this. Since death event and potential
Cat dog.
cat plus dog. No, that's not a plus. Where's the plus?
Right there.
As follow-ups. Yes,
Cool.
just to keep track again. Especially when you're new, I find it really useful to just write out whatever you're doing. For instance, in here we can say,
And here you're
yes,
making
I
all
want
the
to
notes.
keep the cat.
Okay.
This is just for
So will we
readability's
have to
sake.
add another line saying we're keeping the cat that nullifies the fact that the cat's gonna die? Or is the cat gonna die?
The cat's gonna die in 3,000 days. That's 10 years from now almost. It's fine.
Okay, that's
Mm.
fine, I guess. No, it's not Holy Fury sneak peek, unfortunately. We're
No.
learning to mod here.
There is another stream today, isn't there?
Yes, right after ours.
Cool.
With Dan and Stacy playing Holy Fury.
Better luck there, I guess. Okay. We have the picture. We have a text. Do you want to update the text in any way? Like maybe you want to say that as your as the Duke, you are not. I don't know.
It
I'm trying to
says
make a
root get title.
root. Get
What-
that. See, root is your character in this case. Root
Okay.
is the character or the target that is what the
Oh, so
event
it-
fires
it's
for.
the character in game.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
And
Like,
it
it's
fetches
gonna
the title.
of whoever that character
Okay.
is.
That's cool. That's pretty neat. So you don't have to put Duke and check if it's a Duke. Or anything.
Exactly.
Cool.
That is a code function. So as the Duke, for instance, you might, I don't know how pompous you want to be, but
Emperor. It's fine.
we'll see. I feel that
Swear to God, if it fires as the peasant, I'm gonna be mad.
I feel that this cat that I happen to find in my garden, I don't know, like this can be whatever you want. But generally, it's fun to include stuff like your title or your name or your siblings' names or your.
So we know
Province, whatever.
who the
Yeah,
event
It
is.
basically makes them feel more tailored to
More
your
involved.
character.
Yep.
Hi, Dan.
Hello.
Do you want to explain why you want to sprinkle your events with titles and names and stuff?
And here we have Dan coming.
Bring flavor to the whole.
Take a chair, man.
I'm gonna get shot. How's it going?
Oh, fine.
I think he's
Milla is a very good teacher.
you're sucking up to teacher. It's fine. There is no jingle yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yet. Yeah.
Maybe you want a pair of.
Oh yeah,
Headset.
I do need to. have
Yeah.
that. That's good.
I guess so. Alright, so right now we were writing a little text for the event to pop. And by the way,
I can't come
there
up
you
with
go.
Oh yeah,
anything
that's important too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's the best one I've ever seen. There we go.
So what do we got so far? Have we
Right.
tested it yet?
we have
We have
tested
tested it once, so it does
Yeah.
fire.
It does fire with option A, option B.
I'm excited.
How do you add choices based on trait? That we can do.
Can we?
Uh-huh.
Hi chat. Wait, where do I wave?
I think that's the camera.
Right in front of you.
This chair is
Um,
very uncomfortable.
Sorry.
Next time, eh?
You want to sit on my lap?
Oh,
It's fine.
no.
Oh.
Let's pretend you didn't say that.
Oh yeah, let's forget about it. It's cool.
Yes. Okay. Say we wanted to be mean to this cat or something.
No!
Okay. Say we wanted to.
No, you should do that, but you should make it behind cruel.
That's my point.
Oh, sorry.
I was getting to that, man.
There we go.
Um.
Oh, so that you will get the trait cruel if you're being mean to the cat. That's what.
No,
you
I'm
think.
trying to trigger an option based on being cruel.
Oh.
Like only a cruel
okay.
character would do this.
Oh right.
So what I do then?
So okay, trigger, trait, cruel.
Yeah.
Trigger means like firing up this specific.
Yeah,
trait
this
on
is
the
a
character.
condition for this option.
Okay, alright.
So only fire this if you are cruel. And no, I don't want the cat. I want to kill the cat. I don't know. What do you do if you are mean to cats?
I want to drown.
Oh, that is awful.
I mean,
I went there first, I guess. No, shoot. I don't know.
you're nice.
I am too nice. I'm sorry. And
Maybe
now
maybe you shave the cat.
shave the
Shaves.
cat.
Why?
That is
Well, we don't want
cruel.
to eat the cat. Someone's saying.
Eat the cat. Why?
Well,
Kick the cat.
yeah, that's the
No.
classic.
Make it fight snails. This is the second snail mention I've seen.
Option
in here.
1, kill the cat. Option 2, flay the cat. Option 3, eat the cat.
Where
well,
would you get the vegetarian trait from?
actually, you should make it 3. Option 1, keep. 2, send away and potentially get cruel. 3, get cruel and kill the cat. Well,
Deep fry the cat.
Jesus.
I mean,
What-
there is
chat,
that court physician event where you eat the cat.
Why don't we deep fry the cat?
Someone deep fry this. Okay. And
I'm sad now.
this was all done.
No, we're not going to make it so you can castrate and blind the cat.
Nope, that would be weird.
Don't worry, that's already in the game, Rod.
Yeah.
What? And also, I don't know. Maybe like, is it prestigious to be mean to cats?
I mean, by medieval standard, if it's a
I just want to
black cat,
balance
I
these
guess.
options. There have to be pros and cons to it. And what the second one does, the second one can.
I mean, the deep fry, couldn't you fire the fat trait? Because you're eating it. I
Actually,
don't-
that system is a little more complex than just adding a trait. Then I don't remember.
Rats.
But you could add the gluttonous trait.
That's-
That we could.
Ooh,
Because you're so hungry that you eat cats that turn up.
this is so.
Have you ever been so hungry that you've just seen
No.
a cat and you thought,
So when you do add underscore trait, you're adding a trait. And
Exactly.
then you just have to pick one that exists. Like if you made it up, would it pop up in the game?
No, I would have to add it to some other files
Okay.
first.
All right,
And we can do that another
later
time.
on.
I've never
Okay,
seen
cool.
so many suggestions to what to do
It's
to
like
the cat.
it was pretty calm
Cat
and
invasion.
reasonable. Like we were being sophisticated until someone brought up kill. I guess I did.
Yeah, it was you.
Yeah, that was
Sorry.
you. That's
I
on
worked on this game for too long.
you. Clearly.
Okay, second option. You don't want the cat. Maybe you instead. Let's add some other stat there. I don't know. Sure.
Piety.
So,
Why
yeah.
not?
Why'd you get piety?
Because
Because you send the cat to the monastery.
we can write that in the option.
Sending it to the monastery.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We
I
make
like
the
it.
cat take the vows.
Oh yeah.
Is that possible?
A cat monk.
I
What
can
would a
write
good-
it in a
what would be a
custom
good name for a
tooltip for
cat
you.
For a cat monk. Hmm.
Oh, I'm doing this wrong.
Do you have
Maybe-
monk names.
Maybe Felonious Monk. Because he's a jazz musician.
Yep.
And jazz musicians are cool cats.
This is sad.
That was a reach,
But
right?
that's actually
I'm
quite
not
good.
listening to you.
Why are you not listening to us?
Well, that's why we're here, right? So Milla can concentrate on the hard
Yeah,
work of
exactly.
writing
We're just distracting
the
everyone.
mod.
This is not a modding stream anymore. It's
Oh,
just
God.
Daniel throwing puns.
So, here is where I would write that send that cat.
To
You
the
send that
monastery.
cat to the monastery. Exactly. Because there's no actual functionality around that, but we can pretend there is.
Can we say I want to keep the cat? I will call him Mr. Fuzzy Boots. Is
Yes.
that possible?
We can
Yay.
do that. Do you want that to be all it says?
You know, really, you should have a custom lock that picks a random name.
That is
Do we
next
have that?
part of this.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I think I keep. Milla's got like a plan, and I'm like, why do we do this?
I don't. It's not that. It's just I need to test stuff first. Yeah. Okay. So this TT here, I added that, and that stands for tooltip because I am.
Okay, TT stands for tooltip. So when you will
In
hover
my
the
head, it
mouse
does. There's no
on
actual.
it,
We
official
have
way.
like a kind of standard it's good to stick to.
Yes.
TT helps because everyone knows, oh, that's probably a tooltip.
Yeah.
Whereas you
Okay.
could write tooltip and that would be fine, but you wouldn't really be sticking to the standard.
So what I do now is on this, no, I don't want the cat. This is where it reads, I don't have no need of it. And here, this tooltip is going to pop us up as an extra just on the side of the option.
So we will
Send
see
the
the
thing
modifiers.
to the monastery
Okay.
instead of adding the modifier, which it's going to do in the other
neat.
option.
Okay,
So,
roger that.
and what we could do a bunch of other things here, like finding a character to give it to, or just, yeah, we could go
Give
nuts
it to
with that.
someone else. I don't know.
Exactly. There's a lot of options.
You guys have some great suggestions.
Yes,
They
very
do.
good name. Good names. Cat,
I
the cat
wonder-
emperor. That's a nice one.
Boo.
Oh, no, that's nice. Oh
Mm.
well. Cat seduction focus, please. Maybe later on. No, 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 no.
That needs
not
code.
ever. No, no, no,
I
no.
think that event's already in the game, right?
Mm.
What? Well, no.
Dan added that yesterday.
Okay, are we
That's not
gonna
my
try
job,
it? Are we
people.
gonna try it? Yes, we're
I don't
gonna
know,
try
what
it.
is your job anyway?
Well, who knows?
He just lives in the corridor, actually.
Sleep under a
Oh,
desk.
I'm doing the wrong.
Sleeping under the desk.
I hate
That's
the
the one.
people who go by.
Yeah.
Here, sorry. Losing all my files. And
So we have three options now. Cool. Send it to the monastery. And this is just for you, so you remember what the text
Yeah.
means because you don't have
'Cause
the
if you're gonna-
actual file.
yeah, and
with
if
the
you're gonna
text.
look at this later, you're gonna come back and like, Rod text 1. I wonder what that means.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So it's nice to keep it clear.
Keep it clean.
So is the last episode of this going to be Rod doing all the modding himself?
Sure. And then,
Type yes if
then-
you want that in the chat now.
no. And then Milla can correct me, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, we can do the,
Backseat scripting.
the last part of
actually.
this is bug fixing.
That's probably
Oh,
good.
there we go. It
Okay,
stops.
yes,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
All right, fine.
So,
Maybe. Thank you, Gustav. All right.
and so now, in game,
Oh,
we pop the event and it's
shit.
like, as High Chief, because that we wrote the root thing. Root get title, I feel this cat. And we got the new band picture.
Nice.
It's the best one, and I will call him Mr. Fuzzy Boots. Have we added this twice now?
Why are we missing the
Oh,
Detroit?
it's a bug.
It's a bug! This is because we have this one that includes the effect and we didn't remove the old one.
Oh,
Yes,
so how we do that?
like that, we fixed it.
Told you.
Ideally, you also make a ticket for it. And
No.
And send it to you again.
You don't want to bother QA with small things like this. Okay, and you send the cat to the monastery so you get piety. Oh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Cool. That's so
cat to the
neat.
monastery.
Mhm.
But where's our third option?
Well, we aren't cruel, so...
Oh.
Oh, that's
but let's
why.
add the trait cruel and see if there's another one.
And you will fire just the event. Oh, sweet. Well,
Ah.
sweet.
I'll have someone cook this thing up for me.
This is
That's
awesome.
awful. Oh, but what's missing here is the highlight of that option, isn't it?
Yes.
We want to see that it's something that only cruel people can do. And then you write tooltip_info.
And here we don't do like the TT instead of tooltip.
No, because
Okay.
this is actually not a tooltip. It's just
This is like a command that basically
Yeah.
tells it to flag it up.
Oh,
make
okay.
it have a yellow border and say that this option is available because you are cruel.
Cruel.
And you
Yes.
can do that for anything. Like we can do it for all the traits, but you can also
That's
write your
neat.
custom ones if you want it to be something special.
Yeah,
Cool.
since about a year you can just add tooltip info.
Really neat.
So we could have one which is
Whatever.
like, you can do this option because you're the king of cats.
Yes,
That's a good path I want to go. That's a path I want to go, definitely.
as
See,
a
Gotta
Don't
give
make it
QA
yellow.
something to
I
do.
hate it.
we can make it Marshall be red. All the traits make it yellow. So
No, your
that's-
personal mods should get their own QA, and then you should make bugs for them. Vox
What
free.
answers are you?
Sorry, I'm just talking to myself. No one even no one's even talking about it. I'm just shouting out loud.
You suddenly feeling that people are gonna
And
report
Vox
their...
3 is actually saying eating the cat should give you the Holy Roman Empire title. Oh well.
I'm not sure how those are related.
Norwegian lols, yes, you can force events if you want. Like, if you were cruel, you can make it so no other events show up. But it's nice to give the players a little bit of choice.
True. True.
So, we don't, as a rule, we try to give more than one option.
Yeah,
That's neat.
we basically want to
Yeah,
people
my
choose things.
do send bugs to my personal email. It's the letter Z at paradox.com.
Oh man.
Well, this is wonderful. Okay, do we have time, you think, to make another event?
I think we have about like 10 minutes.
Let's do what we said we weren't gonna do and copy paste this thing. Haha.
Oh my.
And now it's another event.
Rod 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
And
the
we did-
namespace Rod.
Yes.
Mod
Did you
with
expect
Oh,
anything
Jesus.
else?
Yes, we were supposed to get a jingle for
If anyone wants to record a jingle,
and
send
send it
it
to
to
Dan.
to Dan.
we will use it.
Okay. What I was thinking here was you want to have an event maybe where your cat drops a subtle hint or something that they're smarter than they look or something.
Yes, why not? Having
Um,
like you were stroking the cat and the cat started talking to you.
Perfect. So, and that is only gonna fire now if we actually picked keeping the cat, because nobody else deserves that.
Just do a mail from the BBC files. Why not?
We should actually, we should record an audio file before next time, where if you
Definitely.
click the thing, it's meow,
Oh Jesus, that's gonna drive us crazy. though.
Yes.
meow, meow.
With yeah,
With disdain.
in their eye because they are smartass. So we do that.
And add the 13 semicolons.
I was having a conversation with my cat, Mr. Fuzzy Boots. Do you have to be insane to get this event to fire? Or?
Well, not yet, but we can add that eventually.
Why?
I think it's better
talk
to
to my
have
cat all the-
events
all the
be more
time.
common
You have a
and then
cat?
tone it
Yeah.
down.
What's your cat's name?
Spinelli.
What?
Spinelli.
Spinelli?
Yeah.
We should make that the cat's name and then we should deep fry him.
No!
Stop with
I don't
the
want my
animal
pet to be
cruelty.
deprived. Damn
We
it,
should-
Daniel,
in fact,
you're ruining the
If
stream.
you should get a picture of your cat and we should make it the event picture for next time.
Yeah, actually do that and send it to Dan's email. I think you can find it on the on the career page,
Stop
maybe.
sending things to my email.
You were the one who asked
I'm really
for
glad
it.
it's not public.
Oh, it's not public. Ah, that's a shame. Oh well. Then just go to Dan's Twitter. That's fine. That should be fine.
Yeah, my Twitter is Rod at Paradox.
No, don't. Actually, what you can do with the cat image is you can comment it on Facebook on the CK page or the Twitter page for CK and just add the picture of your cat. The best cat wins to...
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
That's
The
actually a
best
good
cat
idea.
we'll put in the event.
Yeah.
We'll stylize it a
Let's
little
do
bit
that.
so it looks like an event picture and then we'll
Yeah.
we'll throw it in there.
Then we'll do that on Photoshop.
So ideally try to make it the right size, otherwise we might have to crop it in a
yeah.
unfortunate way.
Yeah.
Or just the cat's head. Like.
Might as well deep fry it.
I made this wrong.
Someone says just send thousands of cat pictures to Paradox.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, I mean, we're a strong cat-loving culture here. I mean, I prefer dogs personally, but people here love cats.
It's true. It's a very strong cat-loving culture. And soon, you also can become paranoid from your cat.
Get paranoid from your cat.
I figured maybe.
I mean, they are plotting, right? Like,
Yeah.
cats are evil.
No?
Cats are superior to dogs. Can we ban that person?
I kind of agree. I think I'm gonna ban you, actually.
Hamsters superior. Yeah, it's all about
we
the
do not have
hamsters.
hamsters. That is
They
true.
don't really get much of a show in, do they, in the dogs versus cats debate?
It's weird that
Hamsters.
Groogy hasn't already commented hedgehog superior race. Ah well. Guess he's not watching.
Oh.
Kid. So you've written again
So-
a bunch of text for the events, right?
A little bit, just cleaning it up. And yeah, so the second event should now contain a text that says,
Jesus, you went
I
fast.
was
We were
having a
just trolling, and
conversation.
there we go. We have a second event.
So for the last thing, I guess we should
Mm.
check.
what do you mean? And then you can say, the cat's out to get me.
Should we see it in
Um,
game?
We have to boot up the game, but yes.
That can be the last thing we do, I guess.
Yeah.
I figured the last thing would be that we hook them together, but okay.
Press F if dog person. I can just see people causing trouble in the...
Yeah.
Oh well.
Turtles are greater than cats and dogs. Yikes.
So now we are sending a character event from the first option.
Okay.
And it needs an ID. So we're gonna write this one. And we can maybe give
So
it
it
a
ties,
delay
it
of 1
ties
day.
them. Okay.
So. Did I? Yeah, I gave it.
What a beautiful game.
Fantastic. The best. You laughing?
What?
You're laughing.
No, this is just the best part of my job.
Follow up
Follow up.
from the previews. That's really
From
neat just to have notes
getting
there so you know
again.
what you're doing.
Yeah, there's just a lot of these best practice things.
If it was me making this mod, we'd have like 10 errors now.
No.
Be like, I missed a semicolon somewhere.
Okay, we're in game.
And we fire the event,
Rod 2.
and it's like, oh yeah, cat.
And he's not
I
cruel,
want-
so we don't see the
No,
other
we don't
option.
see that one.
Oh yeah, I can do live QA if you guys want. It's really,
Well,
That
we
would
can
be actually
try
really
adding-
invigorating.
Oh, you. And now
So
it has the yellow frame and everything because you are cruel. It says, but we're gonna keep him.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
We're keeping the cat.
And then one day
Deal with
later,
it.
I should get this event. And suddenly
Oh,
they
so
looked
that's
at
cool.
me.
When you add a day 1, you just have to wait for a day for the event to pop.
And you could add as many
Super
days
neat.
as you like. So you could add
That's
a million
cool.
days, and we could wait here for a long time.
And you can add. You can also add random 5, meaning it picks
Between
at
1
least
or
1
5
day,
days.
but then plus 1 to 5
Instance.
days more.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
So, suddenly it's a choice. You have to choose what to do here.
We need to
And-
add an option to this one where you can eat your cat at any point.
Why?
Just every single option.
What? Yeah, every we should just copy paste that option to all of them. Like, let's eat the cat. But maybe this time we'll saute it rather than frying it.
Or fricassee? I
What?
don't know. Sauté or fricassee?
Well, we can have
Maybe
all
if
of
you
them.
have like a cannibal trait or something. I don't know.
Or a cat nibble trait? Okay, that was...
Okay, so goodbye, Rod. Thank you for coming.
Okay, I'm leaving. Bye.
But is there anything here that do you feel like you've learned something?
I have learned a lot.
Yeah?
Just from that. Yeah, seriously. Seriously.
Then
I
feel
guess in
good.
a few weeks' time I'll pass my exam and you'll be judging me and taking a few bugs here and there.
And hopefully, when we're done with this, we'll be able to upload it to the...
To Steam.
yeah, so
Yep,
you can all
definitely.
look at it. Maybe afterwards Miller will make some helpful comments on it to help understand stuff.
And maybe
And-
deep fry a cat.
Yeah.
Just if you want. That could be cool. Alright. Well, I think we're done.
Yeah.
I think we are.
Thanks,
Anyway,
everyone.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time because we're doing this on a bi-weekly basis.
Yeah.
So we'll catch you guys in 2 weeks' time. It was awesome. See you guys.
Mod with Rod.